thing is mortifyingly awkward, but trust me, I'm here for it. Because you've got Prince Harry and Meghan Markle having to try and justify to their propaganda.
That interview just flipped the tables. Meghan Markle finally broke her silence on being dumped by Serena Williams. No anger, no grace, just quiet, raw, and devastatingly on brand. And what she confirmed is exactly what we've been tracking for weeks. Meghan Markle has officially lost her only A-list BFF. Now picture the scene that says it all. It's Met Gala night in New York City. The champagne is flowing. Caviar is being spooned out like cereal. Serena Williams links arms with a stunning, elegant woman in couture. They're laughing, dancing, already making plans for next year's invites. Not a single thought wasted on the woman who used to be in that inner circle. Meghan Markle is a continent away, scrolling through the very footage we're about to dissect, watching in real time as the last genuine Hollywood heavyweight who had her back moves on, publicly, deliberately, and without looking back. Before we go any deeper, you need to hit that subscribe button and join the CelebTea files. Because while the tabloids are still running puff pieces about duchesses and jam recipes, we're exposing the real story behind the headlines. This isn't just gossip, it's a power shift. So subscribe now, turn on notifications, and let's break this down. For years, Serena Williams was the one A-lister who refused to abandon Meghan. When the British press ripped her apart, Serena didn't flinch. When Oprah's interview turned the world against the Sussexes, Serena stood firm. She attended the royal wedding, opened her home, defended Meghan in interviews. It was a friendship that seemed unbreakable, almost defiant against the tide.
Lose her support is highly significant because for a long time, Serena Williams remained steadfastly.
So how did it collapse so completely? The answer starts with Emma Thynn, the Marchioness of Bath.
And that has now happened. I've got to explain it to you because Emma Thynn is a thorn in the side of Meghan Markle because she is the Marchioness of Bath. She is beautiful. She is glamorous, but she is also a black woman who married into British aristocracy. And
Emma is what Meghan always wanted to be. Without the controversy, a mixed-race black woman who married into Britain's oldest nobility, starred on Ladies of London, and never once blamed racism. She glided into aristocracy with grace.
She is the first black woman to be married into an aristocracy family. And I think Meghan Markle tries to claim that, but it was actually Emma.
And that's exactly why Meghan could never stand her. The show itself introduced Emma by comparing her to the Duchess. Half Nigerian, half English, a bit like Ms. Markle, but without the drama. So when Serena chose Emma as her Met Gala +1, it was a declaration. Serena was telling the world, I've upgraded.
Looking chic. Serena might be throwing a subtle dig at Meghan. It seems like she's taking another royal lady to the event. Have they burned bridges? Because remember...
And I'm taking the one woman you can't compete with. Now, let's talk about the Met Gala snub itself, because it's worse than just an unreturned RSVP. According to people close to the event's inner circle,
skipped the 2026 Met Gala. And effectively, it was simply that they were not invited. There was no excuse. They just didn't receive the ask. Anna Wintour didn't want them there. Serena Williams didn't want them there. Sanchez didn't want them there. They hate them.
Anna Wintour didn't want Harry and Meghan there. Serena didn't want them there. Sanchez didn't want them there. And the word being used behind closed doors, hate. They hate them. Not my words. The words of people orbiting these women. That level of coordinated exclusion doesn't happen by accident. It's a consensus. And for Meghan, who once craved an invite from Serena more than oxygen, it was the most brutal rejection imaginable. At that moment, she lost her only A-list BFF. And I know some of you are still holding out hope that this is all a misunderstanding. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. If the most loyal woman in her corner suddenly not only walks away, but plants her flag with Meghan's rival, what does that say about what was really happening behind closed doors? Now you might be thinking, maybe it's just one party. But the receipts tell a much darker story. Just days before the gala, Serena posted a video with Emma that played out like a breakup anthem. The two of them getting ready together, dancing, cracking jokes. Then Emma looked into the camera and said,
champagne before the event. And tellingly in this video, and I want you to listen carefully, Emma Thynn says, oh, we need Venus here next year. Not Meghan. Venus. Watch.
We need Venus here next year, not Meghan. Venus. That's not a slip of the tongue. That's a calculated erasure. And if that wasn't shady enough, they washed it all down with caviar and champagne, clearly knowing the footage would go viral. The kind of post you make when you want your ex to see exactly how much fun you're having without them. But wait, this goes even deeper than a party video. Because in the same week, Serena did something truly diabolical. She promoted Meghan's lifestyle brand as ever. On the surface, a supportive friend. But watch
that this was shade. massive shade being thrown at Meghan Markle, and it followed a video that Serena Williams made of Meghan's product, which was so clearly designed to tell the world, don't buy this. Watch.
Serena holds up the products, stumbles over the names, and says with the enthusiasm of a hostage reading a ransom note, "I don't like chocolate, but I've been killing these." She then admits she can't pronounce 2 of the candle scents. It was the most damning anti-endorsement ever filmed. Fans immediately lit up comment sections, and the Mail ran pieces questioning whether the friendship had officially expired. And trust me, the next part gets so much worse. Because while Serena was whining and dining with Emma, she also brought along Edward Enninful.
New York last week that Meghan wasn't at, and then look at who she showed up with at the Met Gala. That is Edward Enninful, another former Meghan Markle BFF turned sworn enemy. So there's absolutely no doubt.
The legendary editor who once curated Meghan's Vogue issue and stood by her side at the peak of her power. Now, arm in arm with the very woman Meghan views as a threat, the circle that once protected Meghan Markle has not just scattered, it has reconstituted itself on the other side. And that brings us to a question nobody seems to be asking: is this still about personal drama, or has Meghan Markle become an industry-wide liability? When Anna Wintour, the ultimate gatekeeper, won't even let you in the building, and the same goes for Serena, Lauren, and now the entire fashion elite, we've moved past falling out territory. We are in the danger zone of professional blacklisting. It's at this point that the irony becomes suffocating. Let me get this straight. The woman who once accused the monarchy of systemic racism is now being replaced by another mixed-race woman who married into British aristocracy without a single race scandal. If hypocrisy were a sport, there'd be an Olympic medal waiting in Montecito. But you're smarter than that. You see the pattern. Every bridge Meghan crosses eventually burns. She dismissed Lauren Sanchez as
also didn't want her at the event. She is, of course, the wife of Jeff Bezos, and that is because Meghan once dismissed her, described her as trash. And Rob Shooter of Naughty But Nice Substack is now reporting that Meghan regrets that dismissal. And I'm sure she does. She's doing a mega U-turn. An insider revealing Meghan thought Lauren was loud, thirsty, and painfully performative. Could she be describing herself? She smiled to her face, then tore her apart.
Loud, thirsty, and painfully performative, and now that very woman stands between Meghan and the Met Gala. That's not just karma. That's a moral injustice. Someone who tried to be a friend got slandered behind her back. And now the universe has handed Lauren the power to snub Meghan right back. And you can feel the outrage rising because it's so transparently preventable. So where does this leave Meghan? As we've reported, she's now given that bizarre new interview, the very clip we teased at the top, and in it, she finally addressed the rumors. No, she didn't offer a grand apology or a groveling phone call. Instead, she framed herself as the victim of yet another betrayal. But here's the thing that got me. Her words didn't match the visual evidence. While she plays the wounded party, the footage shows Serena living her best life with Emma, not sparing a backward glance. And this is exactly the second time you've heard that phrase, she lost her only A-list BFF, because it's the inescapable truth now corroding her entire Montecito existence. And let's not forget the larger picture. The King's recent triumphant tour of the US only magnified the isolation. All those celebrities who once gave Meghan the time of day, Sarah Jessica Parker, Lionel Richie, the New York social set, they were front and center for King Charles. Not for Harry, not for Meghan. They chose the crown.
It's a pity that Prince Harry didn't wake up and realise that a long time ago. But we know what she's about. And it does seem, you're going great guns and breaking exclusives that the mainstream media doesn't seem to be picking up on as much. But the fact is, she looks like she's in trouble in terms of her brand. And if all of her sisters are leaving her, including superstars that were all invited to her wedding, then she's in serious.
Because when forced to pick a side, Hollywood's establishment went with the monarchy. And without an anchor like Serena to keep her tethered to that world, Meghan is adrift. So ask yourself, what happens to a brand built entirely on proximity to power when that power locks every door? Think about the as-ever products, the Netflix projects, the carefully crafted image of a relatable duchess making jam. All of it hung on the assumption she still had friends in high places. That assumption is dead, and when the oxygen of celebrity access is cut off,
it's grounds that they need to exist. Without that oxygen, they are in trouble.
And
as royal expert Robert Jobson noted, without that oxygen, they are in trouble. Multi-millions in trouble. The American public shrugged when Charles came. Nobody asked about Harry and Meghan because nobody cared. That's the ultimate erasure, not being hated, but being irrelevant. So where do we go from here? The story's not done. That bizarre interview she just gave promises to reveal more. We'll be breaking down every syllable in an upcoming CelebTea Files deep dive. But for now, the conclusion is undeniable. Meghan Markle has lost her only A-list BFF. Every door she once had access to is now guarded by women she insulted or discarded. And the most damning part, nobody's rushing to her defense. Not a single celebrity. No late-night tweets. No supportive Instagram stories. Just silence. What does that tell you about the real Meghan Markle behind the scenes? I truly want your take. Drop a comment right now. Do you think she can ever rebuild her A-list circle? Or has she permanently burned every bridge in sight? I read every response, and the best ones will be featured in our follow-up. If you want to stay ahead of the biggest celebrity breakdowns, like this video, share it with a friend who still buys the PR, and hit subscribe to the CelebTea Files with notifications on. We're already tracking the next chapter of this collapse. And trust me, you'll want to be the first to see it. Until next time, keep your eyes open, because the celebrities sure hope you aren't watching. But we are.